All right, have you guys ever heard the phrase golden handcuffs? If you don't understand what it means, it implies something that employers use for employees to hang on to them, to keep them. Now, you probably have a set of golden handcuffs. You have a job that provides so many benefits, or retirement plans, or medical benefits, that you feel like you're trapped with doing the smart thing and staying in the secure lane, staying secure and protecting your family rather than jumping out and doing something on your own. And I wanted to get into that because a young man had asked me about it and wanted me to kind of get into it more myself and how I went through it. So we're going to make this story speedy as possible and going to keep you entertained the whole time, right? Okay, one, I've succeeded way fewer times than I have failed, and I probably haven't done enough explaining on trying to help you guys understand that I have failed a lot of times, and one of my biggest failures is what begun the breaking of the golden handcuffs. Here's where it is. When I was 26, 25, 26, or whatever, I was rolling great financially, benefit wise, retirement wise. Okay. I was making six figures a year, right? I was making amazing money. On top of that, I had full medical for my family paid for on top of the six figures, and I had a pension and 401k that I was putting into and the company was matching. I had amazing benefits. I had security, right? So these golden handcuffs were keeping me. For the longest time, you guys know me if you've been watching my stuff and keeping up with my content. You know I've been raised and around business my entire life. So it was kind of in me. I was like, I got to start a business. I got to start a business. I can't be here. I need a business. Well, when I fell into the trade, when I learned all this stuff, when I learned how to weld, to fit, to fabricate, when I learned all this for 10 years, that's all I was going through my brain. It's like, man, I got to start a business. Why am I here as an employee? It was ultimately just, I guess, kind of a badge of honor for my family because that's what we've always done. So that's what I felt like I had to do. I love it now, but just continue along with the story here. So through the 10 years I was learning all this stuff, I was getting up to the point where I think, yeah, when I was about to get out, I was 28 and still making excellent money, excellent benefits. Everything was taken care of, okay? But I wanted to make that jump. It was time. I had to leave, right? This was one of the time before the last time I had to leave on a plane. I was doing rotations, 8 weeks gone, 2 weeks home. The time before the last rotation, I was leaving. My wife and my son and my daughter were all there. And my son, I believe, was about 3 years old. When I left, he started screaming that he wanted his daddy. And the whole issue with that is my wife had to drag my son out of the airport with him kicking and screaming, saying he wanted his daddy, all the way out. She felt horrible because she felt like everyone thinks that I'm probably stealing this kid or kidnapping this kid. Grayson was having a meltdown. He did not understand what was going on. Harper was too young. She didn't know what was going on. At that moment, that broke her heart. So I went to one more rotation. That time she said, I'm not getting out of this van. You're going to say goodbye with everyone sitting in the van because I cannot go through that again. That broke my heart. It broke my heart too. I did not like hearing it. But at the time, I was so bent on security. Okay, I had to have that security. Those golden handcuffs had me, right? I could not let go of those benefits. So what ends up happening is I was trading my happiness, my family's happiness, for security. I felt that was more important. I left. All right, on that rotation, I think I made it in about 3.5, 4 weeks, and it finally came. And this goes all the way back to when I first married my wife. I told her that the day that it was not good enough for her is the day she has to tell me. And that's why we got a great relationship is communication. Communication is super important to me. Anyways, fast forward all the way forward. 3.5, 4 weeks in, she told me, this is your last time. I cannot do this anymore. We've been doing this for the past 8 or 9 years. I need you home now. And I said, okay. And that's when we decided to start shifting things. Now, go back previously to that year, earlier that year, my mindset was already starting to shift, okay? I was already starting to get outside of the golden handcuffs just a little bit because I was seeing that security is not as secure as you think that it is, okay? Earlier in this year, I went on a pipelining job, okay? It was my mistake because I did not practice enough. I thought that I was just that awesome of a welder, Up until that point, I think it was like 2017. I'm sorry if my number's a little bit off. Just following the story though. 2017 was pipeline in Prudhoe Bay, and the up until that point, I'd never busted a weld test. I've never busted any welds at all up until that point, and I really got my ego stoked or stroked, however you want to say it. A lot of people commended me, like, man, you're better than 85% of welders that roll through here. They can't even pass their test. The first time I had to take, it was like 11 weld tests for a oil company, one of the Alaska pipeline in Alaska. And I was told, like, 85% of welders don't do what you just did. You just pass every single test first time. Excellent. So that was really stoking me. That really got my head big and my pride big. Okay. So fast forward, pipeline 2017. I then did not practice. I stepped away to be with my wife while she's pregnant with my daughter for 5 months, and I did not touch a stinger for 5 months. Then I decided to come back, and it was time to get moneyed up again, right? That's the beauty of our trade. We can just walk away and come back when we want to, right? And it's just a job by job basis. So I do that. Get there. First go around, I actually don't pass my structural test. I pass my pipe test. And I did not know that till I got up there. So they put me on the firing line, and everything was just rocking and rolling. Well, come to find out, through a series of unfortunate events, some were in my control because I stepped away and didn't touch a stinger for 5 months. Some were outside of my control. There was a couple of these calls that were actually faulty, and we later on find out after I got let go that they were bad calls. I get 3 repairs, okay? They ship me out, say, hey, you can't cut it. You need to go. They let me go. At that moment, I realized that there's no such thing as security, right? You're only as good as you are to provide the job for them. If you cannot provide well enough to their standards, they'll let you go. So that broke my mentality on security. Is it's not as secure as you think it is. So now we go back forward to where my wife had said this is it. That's when it all fell in together. And you guys need to know that if any of you have been following me, you guys know for a fact this is my opinion. If you're not in the position that I was, then you definitely need to go the route of stick with your job and start a business on the side during nights and weekends until it takes over and you have enough income to take over your job and the benefits. I had enough saved up that I went cold turkey, and I will not advise it to anyone. It is immensely, immensely stressful. Okay. So, first thing is the benefits you can pay for. I've been paying for my own medical, and your business is your retirement. You're building equity into something that is going to grow, hopefully. So that's the same as a 401k, or, you're putting money away. 401k is buying stocks in other companies that are going to grow. Well, why don't you put all that money into your own company and grow it, right? So you don't need to own stocks when you own your own business, and your own business is going to be the one that's going to grow way more than any other one, I think, on the stock market, especially if you're as passionate about it. You got a hand right on the wheel of that business, whether it succeeds or not, rather than just putting your money into stocks and, let's hope that it goes. But I love stocks, so I'm not against them. I'm just telling you that benefits are only as good as if you look at them in the right light. And the right light is you can pay for your own medical just fine and make plenty of money. You can make more money going out on your own, hopefully, if the business is right. I have been able to. This is out of my own experience. I've made enough financially to cover my own medical and to be able to be buying into my company over the course of 2 years now. I've slowly been able to grow, and I'm still making more money than I was back when I was an employee, right? I'm making better money now and working less and home every night. Okay, so don't let the golden handcuffs hold you back. Don't let them stop you from trying something. You may fail, but don't be afraid of failing. Life will always figure itself out, okay? Don't ever be afraid of losing what you have. Be afraid of being afraid to go after what you're capable of having. And it's so much more than those benefits that company's giving you. You're a better person than just benefits, I guarantee you. If you got a dream, you got a passion, chase after it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's topic. Add anything that you want to, as always. Hope you have a great day, as always. I'll talk to you later.